Morning, Ms. Peterson.
Your head is
Yeah, it is.
What are you doing?
Good morning. Hold on, you're muted.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Let's see, how do I make the audio work, Jackson? I know. How do I make the audio work, though?
I know. You're supposed to be muted.
How do I make the audio work?
What?
Where do I hear her from? Is it here or is it there?
Unmute it. No, unmute this.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yay! Now I can hear you. I'm very technology deficient. I need lots of help.
Is it just you?
We are all learning a lot right now.
Yeah.
Hi, Ainsley.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, you want to? If you're going to be on the floor, you probably want to do it down,
Okay. So I can see her.
so she can see you.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Ugh.
All right. So guys, as you're coming in, I'm going to go ahead and mute you. But if you have a question, you can unmute yourself. You can also kind of wave at me like this and I can unmute you. Hi, Mike.
Hello.
Hey, Bojinies. Got just a couple minutes, guys. This is what I was trying to get it to do last week. See, the people are just auto joining. That's what I was trying to keep putting them in the waiting room. Ainsley, how are you today? Good. All right, look, I have a head this week. All right, so this is my daughter, Courtney. I'm Kelly. We are going to be doing, like I said, a lot of dynamic movements today. So remember, go at your own pace, and let's get moving. We made it to Monday. All right, guys, go ahead and start standing. Good. Go ahead and roll your shoulders. And as you're doing this, connect to your breath. So as you roll up, inhale. As you come down, exhale. Get that breath going all the way down to your belly. We tend to breathe very shallow, especially when we're stressed. Anybody stressed right now? So really think about breathing deep down into your belly. Take a breath up. Good, now lean to your right. Over we go, leaning mountain. Good, now we're gonna go the other way. And you can keep both hands up or put one hand down. Good, now we're just gonna kind of be like a tree at your own pace, back and forth. Just taking a breath with you each time. Yep, just going back and forth. Very good. Good, big breath at the top here. Good, now bend your knees and lay your rib cage down on your legs. This is a soft fold. Good, lift your gaze, press through, come up. Good, you should have felt that in your lower back. Now we're gonna repeat that, just get some movement in the spine going. Inhale, see if you can do a little baby back bend here. Exhale, soft fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, soft fold. Inhale and lift. Exhale and soft fold. Inhale and lift. Good, now this time, keep your legs as straight as you can and dive over through your hips. Stop where you need to. Maybe that's here on the shins or even the top of your legs. Do not put your hands on your knees, but you can go to the floor too. But really try to straighten out your legs here. Good. Good, step back with your right foot. Come up, inhale into a high lunge. Good, exhale, put your hands on the floor. Step in and inhale. Exhale and fold. Step back with your left. Up to high lunge, inhale. Hands to the floor, step in. Exhale and fold. Step back with your right. Come up. Hands down, step in and fold. Try to get that forehead to your shin. Step back with your left and up. And again, down. We're going to do that one more time. Back with your right and up. Hands to the floor, step in, exhale and fold. Lift those hips up. And left leg. And hands down, step in and fold. Take a deep breath here, lift into a spinal extension, straightening out that spine. Exhale and fold. So those of you that are just coming in, we are doing a lot of dynamic movements, repeating movements, building strength today. So you do as many or as little as you need to do. Go ahead and unhinge. Good. Take a breath with me. Good. Exhale. Hinge and fold all the way down. We're going to walk back to a plank here. So just like a push-up position. Good. And you're going to try to lower yourself down here. Try not to touch the floor, but it's okay if you do. And come all the way up. Now, this is an upward dog. If you'd rather keep this lower, go ahead and go down to your elbows. That's okay too. Good. See if you can find a shoulder roll here. Good. And we're just going to flip our hips to the air. Push your heels down. Downward dog. See if you can find a shoulder roll here. Good. Now, our first dynamic movement here. We're going to knee tuck. So come forward like you're going to do that plank again and bring your knee right underneath your belly button. Come back to downward dog and we're going to switch. Inhale as you go up and exhale as you come down. One more on each side. Good. Take a breath. Good. Take your left leg and step forward. Good. Take your back foot. That's your right one. Turn the whole foot. So the foot is sideways and it's on your mat. Good. Now, your left leg is in the front. I want you to walk that foot toward the left side of your mat and turn your hips toward the top of your mat. Should feel a big stretch in the top of your right leg there. This is warrior one. Take a breath. Good. Think about this front hip here, pulling the core in and trying to find this hip pulling upward toward the rib cage. So we're really pulling everything in. Good. Now, without letting your hips go backward, reach your body down. Palms go to the floor this way. Good. Now we're going to move with this. Bring the arms forward. Exhale. Inhale, come back down. Exhale, come back up. And inhale. Exhale up. And inhale. Remember, go at your own pace. Good. Try to keep your legs straight, your hips down. Your legs should start talking to you. You have one more. Good. Stay at the top. Straighten your leg. Good. Now, I want you to take that foot that you walked out and walk it back in, and then bend it again. And we're opening up into warrior two. Good. So here you should be more in a line where the back, your heel and the arch of your foot are even with each other. Good. I see you guys making adjustments. Very good. Good. Now feel how you're pushing your right hip in. I want you to straighten your legs and now push your right hip away. Feel how you're reaching over those left toes. And now hinge. This is triangle pose. Find a long line between your fingers. Now, if you can't reach the floor, you can always choose a yoga block. You can put your hand on your shin, your foot, but what I want you to do is make sure that your weight is in your legs, not in your hands. So don't press on your leg. You should be able to freely lift this bottom arm. Good. From here, bend your left knee again. Sweep your body all the way. Switch your arms. So your left arm is going to point to the ceiling. Your knee is bent again. This is reverse warrior. So now we're going to go from this back to the triangle, and that's going to be our movement. So inhale down and find triangle. Exhale when you get there. Inhale as you move up. Exhale when you get there. Dramatic movement here. See how big you can make every movement. And up. Well done, guys. Keep going. Feel all that space you're making between your ribs and your hips. Take your breath all the way there to really enjoy the freedom of your movement here. One more time. Good, and come down. Turn your hands to your mat and go ahead and just sit in a lunge drop your knee, your back knee, and unhinge. So we're in a kneeling lunge here. Now, if you have really tight hips, you might find that your hip is directly over your knee. Try to push your hip beyond your knee. Good. Take a deep breath. We're going to twist towards your front knee. Good. Now watch me first if you need to. We're going to inhale and everything switches. Exhale. This is a little bit like we just did standing, except now it's twist. Come back and come with me. We're going around, grab that back leg, and coming around and twisting. We're going to inhale through the center and exhale into the pose. Inhale through the center and exhale into the pose. Good. Let's do it 3 more times. You go at your pace. Good. When you're done, put your hands to the floor. Just take that front leg and step back. Take your knees out toward the sides of your mat, toes towards each other. Sit back into your hips. Child's pose. Well done. Everybody bring those hands in. Bring yourself to a tabletop position. Tuck your toes. Lift into downward dog. Now look forward to the top of your mat first. We're going to walk to the top of the mat or put your weight into your hands, bend your knees, and jump. It's up to you. You can also just walk. Good. Find a fold here. Relax. Bend your knees and unhinge. Good. Take a breath. Exhale the hands to heart center. Think about lifting your sternum into your thumbs. Take a breath and let it out. Good. Let's go again. Inhale up. Dive to the floor. And we're going to go back to downward dog, or to plank rather. Go to plank. Good. Strong through the body here. Lift through the back of your knees. Good. Try to keep your elbows by your side now. As you inhale in chaturanga, exhale to up dog. Remember to modify that however you need to. And up we go to downward dog. Good. Now remember last time we did the knee tuck to the center. Now the knee tuck is going to just change to the outside knee, or outside elbow. So I'm going to take my left knee and bring it in as far as I can toward my left arm. If you can't go that far, that's okay. You can just do the knee tuck as well. Right side. And up. Just keep going. Go at your own pace. Do what you need to do. You can also just hold a plank. Drive that belly button up into your spine as you go. You got one more on each side. And hold. Roll your shoulders. Lift your gaze. Step forward with your right foot. Turn your left foot to the ground. Take your right foot, that's your front one now, walk it toward the side of the mat. Good, open up your hips. Good, and just find your breath here. Probably breathing a little hard right now. That's a good thing, right? Breathe. Good, now without tipping your hips back, sink forward. Think rib cage to thigh. Squeeze your shoulder blades. And now let's move. Inhale up. And down we go. Again, go at your own pace. You're doing less than we are, that's okay. Or maybe you're going faster and you do more, that's okay too. Or maybe you just want to hold, that's okay too. Let's go with 2 more. And come to the top. Walk your foot back in and find your warrior 2. So Taekwondo friends, this is more like a long stance where you're lined up, heel, and the arch of your foot. Again, catch your breath here. We start to breathe shallow when we're stressed. We want to learn to breathe deep when we're stressed, whether it's in yoga or life. Not that any of us ever have stress in our lives. All right. Now straighten that leg. Now your hip is reaching away and find your triangle. Remember to keep that bottom hand light. Push into your legs. You should feel this in that front hamstring, the back of your leg, as well as in your back. Relax your neck, no strain there. Bend your knee, and up we go, all the way to reverse triangle. So your right hand's going up, left hand's reaching for the floor. Open your hips here. And now we move from here. You make this as big as you want. Make it as small as you want. Exhale when you arrive. Inhale through the pose, all the way back up, and exhale when you get there. So ideally, we want our inhale to match our exhale. So you make this work for you. Keep your breath moving. 3 more from wherever you're at. Beautiful job, guys. One more. And we'll come all the way to the floor and step back to downward dog. Good, catch your breath. Yeah. Good, go ahead and bring yourself knees down toward the outside of your mat. Oh yeah, I knew I was forgetting something. That's what we were sitting here discussing. Good, come back up. Bring your right leg forward. Looked at Courtney and I said, I'm forgetting something. All right. Make sure that hip is coming forward. If you're really tight, just do your best. Just try to push your hip forward. Good. Now, if you feel like you're losing your balance here, make sure your stance between your knee and that front foot's wide enough. All right. Everybody get there? Okay. Here we go. Inhale, exhale into your twist. You're going toward your front knee. Inhale through and towards your back knee. Inhale around. Exhale and twist. Only go as far as your body tells you to go. Do not force anything here. Just move within your natural range of motion. Listen to your body here. It'll tell you when to stop. Let's do 3 more wherever you're at. Woo. And when you're done, hands to the floor. Now let's try that child's pose. Oh, well done. Give yourself permission to take some deep breaths here. Good. Walk yourself to tabletop. Tuck your feet. And come up to downward dog. Push your heels down. It's okay if they can't touch, but push them down like they're going to. Lift your hips. Roll your shoulders out of your ears. Press your heart down. Good. You can walk this in or take a jump. Inhale into your spinal extension. So straighten that spine. Hands can go to the shins on a block, even a chair. And then exhale. Think about your rib cage floating down your thighs. Let gravity help you here. Just breathe. Good. Bend your knees and unhinge. Ooh. Good. Just roll your shoulders. You guys should be really warm now. I think we're sweating here, yeah? We're sweating here. All right. So I said balance, breath, and ballistic movement. So what we haven't done is some balance. So this next cycle is all about balance. Really normal to be more balanced on one side than another, and it is okay if you lose your balance. Just come right back to the pose, all right? Take a breath. Bring your hands to heart center. Good, just take a second to find your feet on the floor. Just be aware of your feet. And imagine that your feet are shaped like rectangles and all 4 corners of your feet are on the floor. Good. For now, leave your hands in prayer. We're going to balance onto the left leg. So you want to soften that left knee just a little and lift your right knee into a single leg stand. Now make sure that you're also lifting out of your hip. Ladies, we tend to kind of sit into our hip joint. Yeah, you know, it's like whatever, you know. So lift out of that hip. Good. Now we're going to slowly push your heel to the back of your mat as you hinge over. And let's open the arms here into Warrior 3 with airplane arms. Try to point all 5 toes at the bottom of your mat. From here, unhinge and come back to your single leg stand. Good. Hands can go up here or come into prayer. Now we're going to start moving with this. Back we go and open. And back to single leg stand. And now if you need a modification, you can always just put the toe on the floor and look, just hinge and unhinge. You're still having to work on your balance there. And up. 2 more. Yep, you know you've done enough when that foot's talking to you. Good. Good. From here, set your right foot about halfway back, so not back in a lunge. Take a deep breath up with me. Good. Now just relax your upper body and fold over your front leg. Now, if you felt the arch of your foot, that got tired, that's really normal. You are forcing all those muscles to work. Good, now you have the choice here. You can stay right here if you want to just breathe in this space, or if you want to challenge yourself, pick up that back foot and try to touch the ceiling with your toes. Think about trying to touch your forehead to your shin. That's it. Try to straighten your leg. Now you can challenge your balance here by bringing the hands behind the calf, one or both. You can also put the hands in prayer or just keep both hands on the floor. Good, step back with that foot. Come up to a high lunge. Woo. Good. Now I want you to hold your high lunge and just watch Courtney and I for a moment, okay? We're gonna come down, you're gonna join me in a second, and you're gonna take that front leg up to a 3-leg dog. So now we're gonna do those knee tucks again, but this time, you're gonna bring your knee to the opposite elbow and then come back up. And we're only gonna do one side, all right? So, ready? All right, take those hands to the floor, bring that left leg up. Try to drop your right heel to the floor. Take a breath. Now exhale, left knee to the right elbow, or as far as you can. Push it back up. And again. And up. And again. Up. Remember, go as slow or as fast as you need to. Two more from wherever you're at. Hold your downward dog. While you're in this downward dog, if you want to kind of pedal your legs, you can. Good. From here, drop your knees. Good. So you're in this tabletop. Now, you're going to keep your hips high. Walk your hands forward. Good. You're going to kind of gaze forward. Good. Roll your shoulders. Drop your heart down. This is playful puppy. Think about keeping your shoulders out of your ears. Good job. Walk yourself up. Good, now we're in a tabletop. Go ahead and take your left arm up to the ceiling. Find this twist here. Widen out your stance a little bit if you need to. Now just exhale, back to tabletop. Good, do that again. Inhale up. And exhale down. We want to catch our breath just a bit. And this time we're going to thread the needle. So you're going to come up. Now sweep that left arm all the way under. Try to put your shoulder on the ground. If you can't, you can just do your elbow. Good, now you can keep that right hand in a push-up position. You can reach the arm out, or as long as it doesn't bother your neck, you can reach behind you. Take a deep breath, let it out like a sigh. Ah. Good, and come back around. Tuck your feet. Go back to downward dog. And it's your choice, walk or jump in. Inhale into your spinal extension. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees, lift your gaze, unhinge. Take a breath and come to your heart. Woo! All right. Again, close your eyes. Just take a second. Find your feet. And when you're ready, lift your left leg into your single leg stand. Remember, you want to take that right leg and soften it. And then also make sure that you're lifting out of your hip joint though. So we don't want to sit into the hip joint, like we're carrying a bag of groceries on our hip. Slowly go backward to your warrior three with airplane hands. Just do your best, right? And then start moving with your breath. So you might be going faster, you might be going slower. I tend to go slower on this side because this is my less balanced side. So I just take a little more time to pay attention. You've got 3 more from wherever you're at. When you're done, remember you'll set that foot halfway back. Really tune into your breath, especially when you're getting tired. We get stressed, we get tired, we tend to hold our breath. Good, very good. So now you're in this half lunge. Go ahead and split your fold. Take a moment to catch your breath. Feel the back of that right leg lengthening. Now you can stay here and you do not have to do what you did on the other side. Do what feels right for this side. You can go up into your standing split, or you can just stay in your split leg fold. Good job. Yep, you can just stay here. Don't worry about it if your legs are bent a little bit. Try to straighten them, but just do the best you can. And ease that left leg back. Step back with the other leg. Take your right leg up to 3-leg dog. Good. So hopefully you don't need to watch this time. If you do, stop for a second and watch. That's fine. You're going to take your right knee to your left elbow. So it's a crossed knee. Exhale as you go down. Inhale as you push up. If you can't make it all the way, just twist. Just go a little bit. You can also just hold downward dog. Or if you even need to, take a break. Go to child's pose. Give yourself permission to listen to your body. Give me 4 more from wherever you're at. Good. When you're done, find that tabletop. Good. And then we reach out with the hands. And exhale into your playful puppy. And walk your hands back to tabletop. Good. Widen out your stance for balance if you need to. And take your right arm, lift. Exhale back to tabletop. Inhale and lift. Exhale back to tabletop. This one we go all the way through with. Inhale and lift. Exhale, reach through. Keep the hips high. You can just come down to the elbow, or you can come to this push-up position. You can reach forward, or you can reach behind. Play with those. Do the one that works for you. Take a deep breath. Let it out like a sigh. Good. Bring yourself back up. Tuck your feet. And up we go to downward dog. Walk or jump in. And unhinge. Woo! Good. Roll your shoulders. Take your head around. Good job, guys. We're going to start bringing this down. Should be really warm. This is the time that you can challenge yourself just a little bit with your range of motion, but never try to push past. We never want to go to a point of pain or uncomfortable. Inhale up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, spinal extension. Exhale, fold deeper. Good. Keep your hands on the floor. Just walk your feet out towards the sides of your mat. Good. Now you're going to need to play with this. It's going to be different for everyone. But you want to sit your hips down. So I'm kind of swinging my pelvis underneath. This is bound pose. Good. Now some modifications. If you can't get your hips down, I don't want you to hold a squat. So just put your hands on the floor and just let your hands rest your hands rest on the floor and your body come forward so that you're pushing on your inside of your legs with your upper arms, your elbows. Take that pressure out of your back and out of your knees. Just breathe here in this space. Great back opener. Good. Now, put your hands on the floor if they're not already there, and walk yourself back to downward dog. Good. We're going to take our right leg and come forward into pigeon. So for those of you who have never seen pigeon, I'm going to take my right knee toward the right side of my mat, but my right foot is going to go toward the left side of my mat. So I'm crossing the midline of my body here. Yes. I want you to flex this bottom foot. Good, protecting that knee. Now try to get your hips and shoulders squared with the top of your mat. Good. Now, if that is uncomfortable for your knee or your hip or even this ankle, bring your hip down. That is okay. Reach back with this foot regardless. push down through the top of your foot. Good. Now, if you choose to fold forward at all, whether it be on your hands or your elbows, Courtney's here on her elbows, or if you want to go to a full fold, make sure as you fold, you're not rolling forward onto your shin. Keep your weight pushing backward. I like to imagine that there's a yoga mat rolled up right here, and I'm pushing down on the yoga mat as I come forward. Now, this is an active pose. By that, I mean you're moving. So feel free to adjust, move around, press down, lean back, roll your shoulders. I know it feels good to be still for a minute. Good. I want you to take 3 mindful breaths in as deep as you can, and then let the exhale match the inhale. Good job. And on your next inhale, go ahead and come up and have a seat on your hip if you're not already there. We're going to take this back leg, that's your left one, and just bring it around. We're going to do a seated twist here. Now, I left my leg bent. You don't have to. You can extend your leg if you want to. And this is just a half seated twist, or half Lord of the Fishes. So you decide. But before you twist, I want you to find your posture. So picture the top of your head rising as your hips are falling. Good. Inhale and then exhale and twist. Really breathe into this space. Feel your breath kind of unwind you, and then as you exhale, you wind back up. Good. From here, face the top of your mat and put your feet together. Butterfly stretch, as some of you know it as. Yoga, this is called bound pose. Good. Let your head rise toward the ceiling. Roll your shoulders back. Push your knees down. Good. Feel the length of your spine here. Notice that your rib cage is not on your hips, so I'm not slouching. Yeah. So lift tall here. Keep that length, and then reach forward. Now, some of you might get your elbows all the way to the floor. Some of you might just bend your elbows. That's okay, right? We got to live where we are. And come back up. Good. Now, we're going to go back to downward dog so that we can do pigeon on the other side. You've got some options here on how you get there. You can just swing your legs around and go to downward dog, or you can cross your feet, pinch your body forward, and just unwind to downward dog. So you pick. When you're ready, on a breath, bring your left leg forward. So your left knee goes towards the left side of your mat. Your left foot goes toward the right side of your mat. Square off your hips. Press the back foot into the floor. Good. Now, an option here you can always take a pillow or a yoga block and put it under this hip. If you feel like, well, I don't need my hip on the floor, but having my hip off the floor is just a bit much, great option to do that. Make sure you're flexing that front foot just a bit. And you probably notice this side is very different than the other side. But what I don't want you to do is judge yourself here. I just want you to notice how it's different. It just is, right? It's not good or bad, it just is. Remember to keep your weight back. We don't want to roll forward onto the shin. And we're going to take 3 long mindful breaths. Try to make your exhale match the inhale that you take. And when you finish those breaths, bring yourself up, let your hip come down, take your back leg, that's your right one, bring it around for your seated twist. Keeping that left leg tucked, or if you want to extend the leg, you go ahead and do that as well. Take a deep breath here, find your posture first. Lift your ribs off of your hips. Good. Exhale and turn. Try not to lean into your back arm, but to push into your hips. Come back around. Now, instead of our feet going together, we're going to extend them out in front of us. Good. Now, I want you to flex your feet. So bring your toes towards your knees. Push your heels into the floor. Now, I'd like for you to walk your hips backward, away from your heels. So toward the back of your mat. Yep. Good. Now, find that same distance in the ribs and the hips, just like we did standing, just like we did in our bound pose, our butterfly stretch. Reach the rib cage forward. Good. Now, it doesn't matter where you're reaching. Keep your legs straight. If that means your hands are on your shins, that is okay. Relax your arms here. So we don't want to grab something and then tense up the shoulders so that we reach. Keep it all soft. Think about keeping your shoulders out of your ears. Keep your neck long. There's no tension of your chin in your chest. It might be down there, but you're not pushing your chin into your chest. Good. Walk yourself up. Good. From here, you're going to put your feet flat on the floor and roll yourself all the way down. Good. Take a breath here and just lift your hips into a bridge. Good. Now, take your hands, clasp them above you, and push your knuckles to the ceiling. And take this time to walk your shoulder blades out as far as they'll go. Good. Now, as you inhale, let your hands come above your head. Keep them together. Drop your bridge. Now exhale and drive your elbows to your knees. Inhale, go back the way you came. Exhale, lift your bridge. Good, we're going to do that a few more times. Inhale, drop your bridge, arms go up. Exhale, elbows to knees. Inhale, feet go down, arms go up. Exhale, bridge goes up, knuckles to the ceiling. Good, keep going. Two more from wherever you're at. And when you're done, bring your arms out toward the sides. Bring your knees above your hips. Take a breath. Big breath. Let your knees drop all the way to one side. Now take a breath here. On your exhale, look in the opposite direction of your knees. Ah. Softly bring those knees back to the center. Take a breath here and exhale the other way. Take a breath and then exhale, look in the opposite direction. And bring your legs back to the center. Good. Now we are going to the most important part, and that is the rest pose. So this is where we tend to say, oh, okay, I don't need this. But I want you to use this, guys. We're all going through a pretty stressful time right now. This is the most important thing you can do. It's like shutting off your computer or doing a soft reset on your phone. So go ahead and lay back. If you have back issues, you can put a pillow underneath your hips, or you can just lift your knees and let your legs fall together. Or my favorite, you can go into corpse pose. It's really, there's no wrong way to rest. The only thing that's wrong is not resting. Close your eyes. I want you to feel your feet today. Just pay attention to your toes, the arches of your feet. Just let them relax. Feel your breath move into your ankles and your calves and your shins. Let your exhale soften your knees. And allow your thighs and your hamstrings to become very heavy. Feel your hips sinking into the floor. Let your glutes relax. Feel the release of your lower back. Notice the softness in your belly as your breath goes all the way down to that space between your belly button and your spine. As you journey up your spine, linger anywhere you need to release some tension. Feel your shoulder blades melting outward into the floor. Notice your shoulders moving toward the floor as you breathe. Let your upper arms become heavy. Soften your forearms, your palms, and your fingers. Relax your jaw and allow just a tiny tuck of your chin and feel the back of your neck release. Let your head be heavy. Notice the muscles of your face soften. Let your eyelids be heavy. Feel your forehead smooth. Really just focus on your breath here. Guys, you're always welcome to come back to this place where you are right now. Or you can even stay right here. And if you're ready though, you can go ahead and draw your knees towards your heart. Just pull them in and take a breath. And then exhale and roll to one side. And when you're ready, join me seated. Good job. Bring your hands to your heart. Good. Lift your heart into your thumbs. Take a deep breath. Lift those hands. Exhale. Push the room away. Good. From here, stay out there, but roll your shoulders. Inhale and exhale. And now we take the arms up. Back to heart center. Awesome job today, you guys. Like I said, I'll be around for a minute or two after if you have questions. I hope you were challenged today. I know I was. God bless you guys. Namaste. We'll see you on Wednesday. Have a great day. Give yourselves a hand. Woo-hoo. Awesome job.
Thanks, Kelly.
Thanks, you guys. Have a great day.
Hey, Kelly. Are
Yes,
you doing
ma'am.
it's Wednesday? Are you doing this Wednesday again?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Great job.
Same Zoom.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ainsley. Good job, Mom.
Is it the same Zoom number?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. All right. Thank you.
Bye, guys. Hey, Belinda. Hey, Sammy. Is that your puppy?
No, our
She
foster
can't hear
we
you.
have two.
Oh, it's your
that's
foster
good.
puppy.
We have two foster puppies. He was doing yoga with us. He was doing the playful puppy pose, and then he napped when we were doing that.
I bet he was better at
He
it
was
than
doing
we
yoga
are.
with us.
Yep.
We have two.
I sent this out.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Kelly.
Yeah, a little bit. Was that-
Good seeing ya.
It's 2 hours earlier here in Salt Lake City.
Well, that's okay. 7's not too early, is it?
No, it's great to see you. Thank you.
You too. Miss ya.
Bye.